In this video, I'll be using group policy to deploy LibreOffice. I will deploy it using two different methods. One is where we create a policy for the main computers and the computers install the software during startup. Another one is where we create a policy for the main users and then the users themselves can install the software whenever they like. I'm starting this video from my GitHub page, and that's because there are a few bits of information here that I will be using for this video, and I will leave the URL in the description down below. Also, here you can find my other videos that are related to this topic. For example, here you can find videos about my Windows Server setup. There is also videos about extra group policies and settings that I'm using when I'm deploying software using group policy, and there is also a video about installing Orca, because I will be using Orca to modify the installation files for LibreOffice. And now I will begin this video by downloading the installation executable files, and for that I will use the link that I have here. That brings me to the LibreOffice download page. Here I will click on download, and then I will go to my downloads folder. And now we need to wait for the installation file to download. And the download is done. Now that we have the file, we need to modify it. And the main reason for that is that it has more languages in it than the group policy supports. So if we would try to use the file for creating group policy, it would not allow us. And to modify this file, I will be using Orca, and for that I will right-click this file and I will select Edit with Orca. Then I will go to View and Summary Information, and as you can see here we have the language list. So I will delete everything except for 1033 because this is the English language and I don't need any other. And that's basically all that we need to do here. I will click OK, then I will go to File and then Save. And then we can close Orca. And now after modifying the file, we can use it with a group policy. So I'll right click on the file, I will select copy, and then I will go to VMware Workstation because here I have my Windows Server environment. I will minimize the Server Manager for now. And I will open File Explorer because we need to place the installation file to a network location that is accessible to our users and the computers. So for that I will go to my file server, I will click here and enter my file server name, it's SRV02. Here I have the software share, and in this share I will create another folder called LibreOffice. I will go inside of it and I will move the executable into this folder. And here you need to make sure that you have the correct NTFS and share permissions. For example, in my case, if I go to Properties, Security tab and Edit, you can see that I have authenticated users with read permissions for my NTFS permissions, and I also have the same permissions for my share permissions. And authenticated users covers both users and the computers. And with read permissions, that means that all of my users and all of my computers are able to access the share and execute files from it. Anyways, let's close everything here and go back to the server manager because now we can start creating our group policies. And for that I will go to Tools and Group Policy Management. I will expand Group Policy Objects, then I will right click it and select New. The first policy that I will be creating will be for my domain computers. It's where the software is installed during startup. So I will name the policy Assign LibreOffice and click OK. Then I will select the policy that I created, then I will right click it and select Edit. And because this policy is for our computers, we need to go to Computer Configuration, Policies, Software Settings, and Software Installation. Then I will right click here, go to New and select Package. Here make sure that you're selecting a file that is located in a network share because it will allow you to select a local file, but when the computers would try to install the software, the installation would fail because they would not have access to that file. So to go to the file server, I will click here and enter its name once again. It's SRV02, the software share, LibreOffice folder, and I will select the MSI file. Here I will select Advanced and OK. Here I will go to Deployment tab, Advanced, and here for advanced deployment options, I will select Ignore language when deploying this package because I want to deploy this package to all of my computers no matter what system language they have. Then I will click OK here and OK here. And that's basically all that we need to do for our group policy, so I will close this window. Then I will go to Details, and for GPU status I will select User Configuration Settings Disabled because This policy currently has only computer settings in it. And I will leave all other settings on default. Now, after creating this policy, we need to assign it to an organization unit that is holding the computers on which we want to install the software. And in my case, the organization unit will be this one, domain computers 1. So to assign the policy, I will click and hold on the policy, and then I will drag and drop it on the organization unit. I will click OK here. If I select the policy, organization unit here, you can see that the policy appeared here. And also if I expand it, we can see in the list here. Now, after assigning it, we can test the policy by going to one of the client machines that is located in this organization unit. And for me, it's my client 01 that I have here. And here we want to update our group policy. And for that, I will go to my start menu. I will enter CMD to open the command prompt. And I will run it without administrative privileges. And here I will enter GP update. And the group policy update was successful. As you can see here, we get an informational message saying that it detected a software installation package and that we need to reboot our computer for the software to install. So to reboot the computer, I will just enter shutdown -R-T0 and press enter. And now let's wait and see what's going to happen. And here we can see that LibreOffice is being currently installed. And the installation is done, so now we can sign back into our user account. And here we have our LibreOffice desktop shortcut. I will try to double click it to open it. And it seems to be working just fine. And that's it for creating a policy that deploys the software to our computers. Now let's create another policy that will allow our users to install the software whenever they like. So for that, I will go back to my server, right click on Group Policy Objects and select New. I will name this policy Publish LibreOffice and click OK. I will right click on the policy here, go to Edit. And this time, because our policy is for our users, we need to go to User Configuration, Policies, Software Settings, and Software Installation. I will right click here, go to New and select Package. Once again, make sure that you're selecting a file that is located in a network share. So I will double click on it and then I will select Advanced and OK. Then I will go to Deployment tab, and here for Installation User Interface options, I will select Basic because I don't want to allow my users to select anything during the installation process. Then I will click OK, and that's all that we need to do here. I will close this window. Then I will select the policy here, go to Details, and for GPU status, I will select Computer Configuration Settings Disabled this time because now this policy only has user settings in it. And I will leave all other settings on default. Now, after creating our policy, once again, we need to assign it to an organization unit. But this time we need to assign it to an organization unit that is holding our users. In my case, the organization unit will be this one, domain users. So to assign the policy, I will click and hold on the policy and then drag and drop it on the organization unit. And as you can see, it appeared here and also in the list here. Now to test this policy, I will go to my client 02 that I have here. And here I have a desktop shortcut that allows me to install the software from the network. And currently the list is empty. And to fill the list, we need to update our group policy. So for that, I will go to Start menu, enter CMD, and I will open it without administrative privileges. And then I will type GP update and press enter. As you can see, the group policy update was successful. So I will right click here and refresh the list. And as you can see, we have our LibreOffice installation package. I will double click on it and the installation should start. And as you can see, software installation was successful. So I will click OK here. And then I will double click on the desktop shortcut that we have. And LibreOffice seems to be working just fine once again. And that's it for deploying LibreOffice using group policy. In the future videos, I will show you how to deploy LibreOffice using other software deployment tools. So like and subscribe if you want to see that, and see you in the next one.